I grew up I was born in Manly, New South Wales, as a young kid. And I grew up with my mum and dad and my brothers and sisters on the hill at Manly watching the football games every weekend. So I have vivid memories as a kid of doing that and being a passionate sport follower. I started swimming when I was about 5 years of age and started swimming originally with Forbes Carlisle, then went across to Terry Gathercole and started training with him as a young kid. And I basically went along because my older brother and older sister, who were 3 and 4 years older, were going. So I just basically followed them. It was either stay at home on my own and hang out by myself or go down the pool. And I was hopeless. Like I couldn't swim a lap, and my brother and sister were in there from day one doing laps and whatever it was. And I was always the really slow learner type. So they'd start nailing a sport from day one, and it'd take me a year to be any good. So it took me till about 6 before I could start to swim. But when I did start, it came on quite well, and I still have this certificate at home for swimming a mile straight when I was 6. So I was into the long distance from a very young age, and that's what suited me. My older brother was really fast, and I was really slow, but could keep going. So started off swimming, and then we jumped into a few other sports as well. Well, after swimming, we went across to, my father bought a roller skating rink down in Thirroul, and we started living upstairs in the skating rink. So skating became my life every day, and at that time, it was a really popular sport, late 70s, early 80s. And so we started racing speed skating, and my older sister, my older brother and myself all won national championships or multiple national championships in that, both track and road. And then we moved up to Queensland. So after we moved up here, we sort of switched to cycling. Not really sure why, but my brother and sister decided they wanted to. And of course, they went off winning races from day one, and I was getting out the back every day from day one. So the transition to new sports for me was always quite difficult because it had taken me such a long time to be able to pick up and be any good. And I had to watch my older brother and older sister winning everything from day one. But I sort of knew if I stuck it out, I'd end up becoming good at it eventually. But I ran cross country in high school. I raced national cross country championships. I don't think I did any good at it, but I never did any running training. I was just swimming and riding mostly, and then I'd just rock up and run only on the day the race was on. So probably went about as good as I trained for it. But I was racing bikes all through high school, and that was my passion. And I didn't really know anything about triathlon until we had a guy come to train with us, a guy called Andrew Steele, who was national triathlon championship back in the mid-80s. And he could swim and run really well, but couldn't ride a bike very fast. So he came and trained with Cole to learn how to ride a bike, and started training with him, realised I was very competitive with him on that bike, and then decided why not chuck it all together and give it a go. I'd swam as a young kid. I was running cross country at high school and racing bikes. So my school teacher just happened to be a race promoter, and he basically put the idea in my head, and why don't you come down this weekend and give triathlon a go? And I was like, oh, why not? Hadn't done one before. I swam terrible. I hadn't swum in a long time. Passed a lot of people on the bike. Kind of held on the run and finished fourth. But I'd won some prize money, so I got $400 for coming fourth place. And I was like, yes, this is me. And I just kept going from there. I was racing bikes in my early career in triathlon, and for a very long time, for the first 3 years of my career, I was doing both. So I was still racing bikes, and I was going down and doing the odd triathlon, and I just really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the multidiscipline format. I enjoyed the training. I was training before and after school and lunchtimes at the school. And luckily, they had a pool at the school, which was nice. I could train at lunchtime. And I just enjoyed the training aspect of it, and also being able to do more than one thing. But it was a hard decision to leave cycling because it was something I was also quite passionate about. But I never really made up my mind to switch triathlon full time until after I won the World Championships in 1991. And it had to be one or the other because both was becoming quite challenging. And I'd already made up my mind that probably triathlon was a vehicle for me to keep going in.